Kazakhstan is one of the most multinational countries in the world. Here live representatives of more than 130 ethnic groups and nationalities. Each ethnos is a unique tradition, unique holidays, fascinating stories and amazing recipes. Recipes of kindness and peace, recipes of respect for their ancestors and foreign culture, recipes of friendship. Hello, this is Recipe for Friendship. My name is Alevtina Madjarova, and we continue our journey across Kazakhstan to learn as much as possible about the culture, traditions and customs of the numerous people inhabiting our country. Today's episode revolves around Cossack culture. We are going to see amazing dances and hear lively songs, but most importantly we will take part in an interesting ritual. So in this episode, lyrical songs and dances from the Razdolye ensemble. Concert of students of Sunday Cossack school in Astana. Life of the Cossacks in Kazakhstan. Many young people come to us in summer, because during summer we have 3 to 4 field trips to our region or to different regions of our country. We are going to see how young Cossacks take their oath.
Милости Божией человека любит Бог, если тебе славу высылаем, Отцу и Сыну и Святому Духу, ныне и присно и во веки веков.
And we will learn a lot of interesting things. The history of the Cossacks dates back to the 16th century. In particular, the Siberian and Semirechye Cossacks, and they are mainly represented on the territory of Kazakhstan. They were officially granted official status in 1682. The very word Cossack can be translated as a free man from Turkic language. Today, representatives of this ethnic group live in more than 40 countries around the world. Here in Kazakhstan, the Cossacks are divided into Semirechye, Ural and Siberian. And it is important to understand that this is not just an ethnic group. It is the union of people of absolutely different nationalities who in the past chose their different way of living by saving their traditions, bringing them to our days in an almost unchanged form. The union officially registered since 1997. We have received official registration, and since that moment, within 2 years probably, we have registered 12 branches across Kazakhstan. These are Kokchetav region, Karaganda, North Kazakhstan and Pavlodar. Officially, the army had its beginning on December the 6th, 1582, when according to the chronicle legend, Tsar Ivan IV the Terrible, as a reward for the capture of the Siberian Khanate, gave the team of Yermak the name Tsar's Serving Army. This seniority was bestowed on the army by the highest order of December the 6th, 1903, and thus it was considered the third oldest Cossack army in Russia. Originally, from the Tsarist time, there were the first Cossacks who settled in Irtysh land, Gorky branch, Petropavlovskaya branch. They lived on the border of the Omsk and Petropavlovsk regions. Then the second branch, it was the Irtysh area. This all started with Irtysh Pavlodar and all the surrounding areas and regions. It's here everything started, and then Kokchetav and further to Sindiktav. They all were Cossack villages from the Tsarist times. And they still are, and many Cossacks still live there. Now in our country, the Cossacks are one of the many ethnic cultural unities with their traditions, costumes and regional culture. We are the Astana branch. We are members of the assembly and generally we have everything we need in Kazakhstan. We can live a good life and promote our culture, our traditions. There are no prohibitions for that. In the union there are 12 choirs. 4 of them are folk, which take part in all the Republican events. In Sunday school, children study the culture, traditions, customs of the Cossacks. Now a lot of young people come to us. It is significant that for joining the ranks of the Cossacks, whether they are Semirechynsk, Siberian or Transbaikal, one does not need to have any special roots or origin. The Cossack is certainly a call of blood, because many people come just because they are Cossacks or if they like it. But of course there are people who used to have no relation to the Cossacks before, but they saw it and they liked it. When a person realized and came to this, before that, when he comes and writes his desire for a session, he is given a period, a year, as a probationary, to watch and try. He goes to all our events to understand if he likes or dislikes it, if he is ready for such a life. Then within a year he already makes a decision. The day of our meeting in Astana, a concert was given at the end of the school year. Students and teachers of the Sunday school performed songs, dances, flanking skills. All this was in the program. And judging by the enthusiasm and excitement that some students demonstrate, they are planning to become real Cossacks. I was fortunate enough to see how the young Cossacks take their oath. But before, since infancy, family is preparing a young Cossack for his future life. Framework for cultural values is established almost from birth.
Да светится имя Твое, да будет царствие Твое, да будет воля Твоя, яко на небеси и на земле, хлеб наш насущный дашь нам днесь, и остави нам долги наши, яко же и мы оставляем должником нашим, и не веди нас в искушение, но избави нас от лукавого, яко Твое царство и сила и слава, Отца и Сына и Святого Духа, ныне и присно и во веки веков. Аминь.
Traditionally, children are baptized on the 40th day after birth. An important point of preparation is choice of godparents for a baby, and the kinship and friendship is not the most important thing in this case. The person has to be reliable. In addition to the spiritual values of the godparents, they give their award, their best qualities and the most important domestic skills. One of the main prerequisites is that guardians must live near the child to be able to communicate with the child constantly. They will answer before God for spiritual education, edification and prayers. This is not a friendly or family relations. It is a big responsibility. During the ritual, the baby is baptized with chrism and washed with holy water 3 times. They say that whatever the temperature of the water and the air, the one who is being baptized cannot catch a cold during the action. The servant of God, Yaroslav, is being Christian. Amen. 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 This is a great event for the whole family. Both godparents and actual parents are given advices and recommendations on the upbringing and the education of the future Cossack.
У казаков традиционно было сознание.
Traditionally, there were 3 main things in the Cossacks' minds. Firstly, the faith, then the service, and the third is life.
Поэтому казаки имели девиз.
Hence the motto: faith for the God, life for the king, and honor for yourself. When they came back home, according to a tradition, they put one national item in the cradle, and they watch at the baby's reaction. If the baby is interested and tries to explore the item, it is a good sign. But if he starts to cry or he is completely not interested in the item, parents are advised to be stricter with the baby. There are 3 main things that are the most important for a Cossack from early childhood.
Семья.
reliable family, faith for your fatherland, and dedication to service.
Делу, которому ты служишь.
Parents often decorate baby's room with national items, such as clothes and weapons. They believe that it helps the baby to learn about traditions of his family. The godparents also tell the baby about the significance of being Cossack and about the origin of Cossack people.
У казаков, наверное, как и у всех народов.
According to Cossack traditions, the spiritual kinship is considered higher than blood kinship.
Вот, а если кровное родство,
And if the two combine, it is an unstoppable power. So let's go back to the most important and unusual ritual of initiation to the Cossacks. A certain age is not the requirement for this ceremony. The men of the family are free to decide if the time has come. However, now most of people conduct this ceremony when a child goes to school.
Сегодня у нас обряд.
We have a ceremony today. Our young Cossack will wear white Cossack trousers and ride a horse for the first time.
Шаровары красивые. Так.
And he'll have those stripes on the trousers like a true Cossack. It is considered a great honor to wear these clothes. By the way, Cossacks from different regions have stripes of different colors. Semirechye Cossacks, for example, have crimson stripes. Kuban Cossacks have red ones, and they are 4 to 5 centimeters in width, and they match the color of the edge of the cap.
Теперь у нас будет казачий.
Now our Cossack cadet will go to school,
Будет учиться
will learn, and his elder brother always will be ready to help him.
и воспитывать.
Starting from this day, young Dmitry will start the military trainings and trick ridings.
И ко всему этому сейчас ему
And besides all this, now I'm going to give him the sword, with which he is going to defend his country.
так, держи.
I serve the fatherland, the Cossacks, and the Orthodox faith. Everyone who is wearing this uniform and all these high titles, everyone has passed such matriculation ceremony. It's a big ceremony for a boy. He looks so mature now. It is very interesting to ride a horse for a very first time, to take a sword, to whip a horse. He will remember this day for all his life. Only Ataman is trusted to put the boy on a horse. He congratulates the boy and gives him instructions for the future. Today we greet new young cadet. I believe that he is worthy and I wish him good health. I wish you to become a hero one day. Hooray for our cadet! Hooray! 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 By the way, the word Ataman literally means father of people in Turkic. Maybe the young cadet Mitya will get such title one day. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. At first, he should get education. And now, in addition to the school courses, he will learn how to be a Cossack. Atamans also make young people become Cossacks. It is characteristic that not only a person who grew up in the traditions of the Cossacks can join the Cossackdom. The doors are open to everyone. Those who want to become a part of this beautiful culture, regardless of ethnicity, have the opportunity to join. However, first the beginner is given a year to look around, learn at first hand. But if the desire is strong, then he will take the oath. This beautiful rite is held in church. And after the young Cossack reads the words of the oath, he receives the blessing of the priest and the parting words from the senior comrades and atamans.
Богу дали присягу, так что с Богом, браты.
Now young Cossack has military sports training. Many hours of training in the possession of a sword and a whip, trick riding and other subtleties that an outside person may overlook. But the Cossackdom also means beautiful songs and lively dances. Razdolye choir is a wonderful example. This team is always among the welcome guests at all city events and not surprisingly, they sing perfectly. Pay attention to the outfit. If the clothes of a Cossack men are primarily military, then the women's outfit is more romantic. Here you have an elegant pair of a knitted skirt and a fitted blouse. Such clothes were worn by the Don and Kuban Cossacks, who decorated their clothes according to style and imagination. They sewed their own suits, of course handmade, because from time immemorial the Cossack's wife is first of all the mistress, the keeper of the hearth. She sews, cooks, looks after the house and waits for the Cossack home with a hot samovar. As I understand, the Cossacks don't have their particular cuisine. It consists of dishes of different ethnicities. Stuffed peppers, dumplings with potatoes, dumplings with meat. Natural farming has always been forte of Cossack women. They try to grow everything in their gardens, to always have access to fresh vegetables. As you can see, now we're going to let the peppers absorb the smell of smoke. I think that many of people who used to think that they can cook peppers properly, any of them, they realize now that they weren't right, because the most proper way to cook peppers is on the flame, like we do. Moreover, this dish consists of lots of vegetables, sometimes peppers, are stuffed with pieces of fresh vegetables, and then with mince. It gives incredible flavor to the dish and makes the dish more tender. Now we add some salt and we don't add any flavorings. So you like natural taste, without spices? Well, all these vegetables are from my garden. Are peppers from your garden? Really? Yes. By the way, apart from the gardening, Cossack women have to be able to sew well, because sometimes it is hard to find white trousers with the stripes of required color in the shop. In general, is the Cossack society patriarchal? I mean, men are busy with their martial business and women are busy with house chores, right? Yes, of course. Children, kitchen. I think that this traditional way of living came from our ancestors. Family is the most important thing for a Cossack. It is noteworthy that the education of girls is fully the responsibility of the mother. A girl is taught how to do house chores, how to clean the house, how to cook fast and tasty, and of course she's taught to do the needlework. In the old days, the house was divided equally, one part was male part and another female, where women and children lived. After the ceremony of matriculation, a boy had to move from female part to male part of the house. And starting from that moment, his father was responsible for boys' education. Families usually had a lot of children. There were 12 children in my mother's family and 6 in my father's. And grandmothers used to wake up early. And they made pre-dough and baked bread for the whole family. Yes, and my family is big. Most women cook in large cauldrons. In fact, I really envy you now. I would also like to have a garden, cauldron, samovar, boot and the whole family here. Cook it for 20 minutes and it's done. Great. So let's sing.
Давно ли песни ты мне пела, над колыбелью наклонясь, но время птицы пролетело, и в детство нить оборвалась. Поговори со мною, мама, о чем-нибудь поговори, до звездной полночи, до самой, мне снова детство подари. Коротко. Молодец.
I would have been surprised if Cossacks didn't sing. And so our meal is ready. It's time to invite all to the table. Well, it's time for us to say goodbye to our new and old friends in order to go further along the expanses of our large, hospitable country, which is rightly proud that more than 100 different ethnic groups live under the peaceful Shan Iraq. Each of them has their own culture, customs and traditions. So we have new friends, new holidays and new recipes ahead of us. Recipes of kindness, peace and harmony. Recipes of friendship. See you soon.